Hello, my name is Rajiv, and in this tutorial I am going to show you how to create backup of database using a cursor. So I am using SQL Server Management Studio 2014 for this demo. So if you are using SQL Server 2014, you just notice these few things. See, apart from system database that we are having master model MSDB, TempDB, we are having report server and report server TempDB also. These two databases is created by me. Right now I want to generate backup file for this testDB. This testDB is having one table, employee details, and these employee details are having few data. So let's get it started. What we have to do, we have to declare our database name. In this case it will be testDB. Then we have to declare our backup file path. What it is actually where we are going to store our backup file. So we have to give this path. Then we have to give backup file name. So how I want my backup file to be, I want actually this testDB name. Then I want date and time without any colon or any dash. Then this should be the date of file. So basically what it will do, it will concatenate date and time without colon. Then I'm setting it backup file equal to e/backup/. So I want my backup file to appear here. Then I'm saying date of file equal to this convert. So basically what it will do, this will give you the date without any column. Let's see this. Let me copy it. So just see, this is giving without any column, so that's fine. But when I'm giving 108, actually I want time also. So what I'm getting this column between times. So hours, minutes and seconds. I don't want this column to appear here. So what I will do, I will replace it, this column, with empty string. Now see how it's working. See, this is 16, 22, 35 with column, but here I am replacing with empty string. So this is coming like this. So this will contain date of file. So this will basically, we are appending date and time. So it will give like this, not this testDB. This I want. What I'm doing, I think I'm running. So I want our backup file name to be like this, testDB, and then this will be your date and this will be your time. So I'm declaring a cursor, and here I'm selecting this testDB because I have to create backup of this testDB. Then I'm opening the cursor, I'm fetching it to the database. Then I'm saying if fetch status equal to 0. What does that mean? So see here, if fetch status is 0, that means fetch was successful. If it's -1, that means it's beyond, row is beyond the result set. And if it's -2, this is missing, and -9, the cursor is not performing a fetch operation. It's invalid kind of. Then what we are doing, we are saying okay, so fetch is okay. Then we are beginning, we are setting the backup file name. That should be the content of backup file path. So this path where we want to store our backup file, this database name appended with the date and time, and then we are hard coding it to be .bak. So backup file .bak. Then we are saying backup is this database to this disk, backup file name. So what you will do, just backup this test DB to here. So e/backup and this test DB and then that and time appended. Then again we are saying fetch next from cursor into our database. So why is this? Because see, here we are taking backup of only one database. If we are having multiple database, then this while loop will keep on executing until and unless it will fetch the last database. So suppose if we are having two database, so it will run first time, then it will check again. So if it will try to fetch the next, so if it's correct, then it will go again. The third time when it will do, so it will say okay, it will get -1 because it's beyond the row. So then this is not equal to 0, the condition will fail, and then we are closing the cursor and delocating the cursor. Let's run this and let's see whether it's working or not. So I'm executing this. See, it's this everything processed. Just see this. See, here our backup file is created. Now in many scenarios we want to see, we will have many database, not just test and test DB. We are having let's say 14 database. So it's not fair to write this code. If you write like this, it will give you error. So if you write the second name, which is test, then this will give you error. So see, number of variables declared in the into list must match the selected columns. So how you are going to write this? You have to write like this. So select name from this master database, master.dbu.sys databases. So here we are having every database which we have created in system database. So where name not in this system database, so we don't want to take backup of this master, model, MSDB and tempdb. Along with that, we don't want to take a backup of report server and report server tempdb. So we are doing like this. So select name where name not in these databases. So select all database except this master, model, MSDB, tempdb, report server and report server tempdb. Now let me go ahead and delete this, and then the moment when I will run this, so except this database, we are having two more database, test and test DB. So we can expect our test and test DB to be created there. See, let's create it, test DB and test. Let's see. So here we are having test and test DB. Now in the second video, I will show you from this backup how to generate database in SQL.